Today we continue coverage of Sick Week 2026. This is the last day of competition, and our goal was to do something like this. Unfortunately, things didn't go to plan, but you're going to have to watch the video till the end to see what happened. To make sure that those wires aren't causing us issues, I'm just going to roll in to boost a little bit here and just to double check. So, you know, it's not just because I want to go fast. All I gotta do is make another pass and we've successfully completed Sick Week.
That's you. That's fucking you. Oh, you're the man, dude. He had a fair amount wagon in my 5 running, what, 8.6s? I follow you, yeah.
On the previous pass, we had the hood nearly come off the car, so it was time to add some hood pins. The next change that we made was to make a preload adjustment. We did this by changing the location of the sway bar on one side and re-drilling the hole. This basically put tension onto the suspension and made it so that it weighted the tires differently. The idea here is to try to get the car to go a little bit more straight, and that was the goal. People have adjustable 4 links, we have adjustable sway bars. We have drills. just made our suspension adjustment. We just went over all of the spark plugs, and I think we're ready to make a pass. So hopefully we can get this thing to go a little straighter, and hopefully we can get into the 50s. So let's do it.
They're rebooting the system. Give me 2 minutes.
All good. Yeah, give it a good slam. Give it. Well, that sucked. I think what happened is I was sitting there spooling the turbo for so long that it probably made a little extra boost, a little bit more than it did yesterday. So that probably had something to do with it. That, and I don't know if the prep was quite on point. We've always struggled here at Gainesville, so yeah, might have to wait until the all-run session and give it another shot. I felt it pop, just wiggle them through the firewall. The ones that go through the firewall. The ones down here. All right, see what it does.
Yeah, a little hard right.
Hard right?
1045 and 126.
It blew up! Oh boy. Oof. Yeah, I got fluid. I got fluid right here. Coming out the exhaust. It's coming out the exhaust. Well, I guess we found the limit. Oh boy, here we go. It's been a long week. Well, I'd say we found the limit. There's more down there, but this is what I was able to dig out of the belly pan. Yeah, I think we might have failed a rod. Hopefully we didn't send anything through our turbo. In fact, let's give that a spin. Yeah. Looks like it's still spinning okay. We'll have to double check, but yeah. I think we found the limit. I think we found the limit. Well guys, I think it's safe to say that we may have voided the warranty on this one. Obviously, we've gotten the thing back home and we've had a chance to sort of digest some of the data. Now, as you saw in the previous clips, this thing chucked a rod and made a pretty significant hole in the block. And I can't say that this wasn't expected. If you guys remember way back to the original video that I did on the VK56, you will have seen that I kind of predicted this would happen. So if I were to make a judgment on what I think that this rod and piston combo would be good for, I would say right around that 800 to 1,000 wheel horsepower mark. Frankly, I'm amazed it lasted at this power level for as long as it did. Now, if I was to make a prediction of how this failure happened and why it didn't happen on the other runs when we were running it at the same power level, I would say that it had to do with the tire spin. The car got extremely loaded off of the line, the tires were gripped up, and then all of a sudden that load got released. So it went from the state of very, very high amount of force to nearly none. And that is a common way to break stuff. People break their transmissions this way, people break drive shafts this way. And if I had to make a guess, I would say that going from extremely loaded to unloaded may have stretched something, and then when I rolled back into the throttle, well, I finished it off. Another theory for why the failure may have happened is it had that sort of sensor glitch issue that we experienced in day 5, where you would roll into the throttle and the sensors would start reporting weird values. It had that same sensor glitch issue during the burnout, and you guys may have seen that my dad reached into the car and wiggled the wires, and we don't really know if that sensor glitch issue may have caused some of that failure. I didn't see anything in the data that would make me think that it did, but you never know. There may be some stuff that we can't really see, that's sort of behind the mask of what the Link ECU gives you as far as information. So hard to say. I kind of predicted that these rods would fail right around this power level anyways, so it is what it is. But with every failure comes an opportunity, and I'm excited to get this thing torn apart and see if we can learn anything else from the failure. Also, this provides an opportunity to start the upgrade path. And I think that's where this engine will really start to shine over some of the other V8 offerings. Yes, this is not the cheapest offering out there. It is quite affordable, but I think when we start to put rods and pistons into this engine, you're really going to see the other attributes of the design really shine and this engine should really show you what it's got. Now, I gotta give a brief apology. Sick week was full of oil downs, and it seemed like every single day, every other pass, there was another oil down. A lot of guys were complaining about it continuously, and on the last day, to add to the oil downs, they were also having timing system issues. In fact, my first pass at Gainesville on day 6 was actually delayed because of a timing system issue. Because of this, it was an extremely long day, and it was extremely frustrating for a lot of racers, and I really hate that we were an addition to that pain for the other racers. Now, they had already closed the lanes when we made our last pass, so there wasn't an opportunity for people to get back in line that we may have thwarted, and everybody was able to get their pass made. If anything, we may have delayed the passes a little bit further into the night, and track conditions are known to improve when the sun goes down, so sorry guys. I want to give another apology to the Sick the Mag staff. I know they bear the brunt of the criticism and complaints from an event that has a lot of oil downs, and I'm really sorry that we were one of them. Again, we did the best that we could. We weren't being reckless with the horsepower. I got pulled over to the side of the track as fast as I could, and I got it stopped. And I did my best to keep as much of it off the track. We had a good belly pan. The belly pan caught most of it. And I'm sorry. Now, one last thing before we end this video off, I gotta say a lot of thank yous. This sick week has been awesome. I truly don't have almost any complaints. Even the oil downs, I mean, they didn't really bother me. I kind of was expecting them. This was an awesome event, and I'm really thankful that we were able to do it as a family. But I have some other thank yous to give as well. I gotta say a huge thanks to Mark over at the Buck Does It YouTube channel. We would not have been at this event if he had not helped us get this car ready. He was also helping a ton on the red car, which unfortunately we were unable to get there. Next, I gotta say a huge thanks to Snake Eater Performance for the injectors. They worked flawlessly. Go get yourself some VK56 or 4200 injectors. Awesome products. I gotta say a huge thanks to Monkey Fab Garage for the turbo merge flange. Big thanks to Burn Down Garage for the cooling fan. Big thanks to C3 Performance for the adapter kit to go to the Turbo 400. And huge thanks to Force Performance for the 80-82 millimeter turbo that we hopefully didn't send a bunch of chunks of engine through. Sorry. Also, big thanks to Circle D for helping us out with the torque converter. That thing came in clutch, and there's not even a clutch in there. Weird. Big thanks to Link ECU as well for the ECU. Did a great job controlling it. The few glitches that we had throughout the week, they were obviously my fault, but the ECU itself did a great job of managing the engine. So the next time that you see this car, we're going to tear the thing apart and have a look at the carnage and figure out if we can learn anything. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed today's video, go watch our other Sick Week videos. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends if you feel it's worthy. Go buy a t-shirt, hit the hype button, and we'll see you in the next one.